That's the temp. Temp is now 77. Well, it feels a little hotter than that. That's kind of weird. 77. I know it's going to get down to 66. What was that? Well, I think it's supposed to rain like this next week. Oh, it's going to change because these meteorologists be wrong. So, oh, excuse me. All right, so Saturday, it's 40%. Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So we're looking at, yeah, like talking about 5 days, 4 or 5 days. So yeah, I gotta get up there on the roof. So Monday, I gotta go to work, but I'll go ahead and I definitely gotta get that the ladder. I should have got it, but I helped T out. I helped a few people out. I'm not gonna get into my business. I'm not gonna share my business because I help people out all the time. Expect people to turn around and do the right fucking thing, but that's why they get scary and they act real weird as if that's going to change something. So Friday is a possible 60%. No, it's not 0, 12. So it's Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. That's quite a while. So that could change, and it shouldn't even be raining like that. So this is their little goofy man-made. Well, I don't call them men. This is their little goofy made stuff. That's what they goofies do. Yo, can you hear? Yeah. How about, people? I hate saying the word people, but that's how the majority of y'all act, like people, and people is not a good thing. It don't matter if you didn't have, or you don't get, or if you gotta have, you gotta get. What happens is you handle and take care of business the way you're supposed to. You deal with people the way they deal with you, and if you don't, if it turns and changes, sometimes you be out of luck. Okay, let me see. I sent it to myself. Let me see. Did I get it? They tripping. I gotta turn this off. Let it charge all the way up. They tripping. Insta Boogie. They tripping. Yeah. I got it, brother. Yo, man. What a punk. See that them goofy cops slamming people? See, these people emotionally unstable. They run on ego and they're not solid. They're broken. They'll take it however they want to take it. That's just the facts. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this light on. Niggas, what's up, mama? All right, let me get a little reading on here in a minute. Let me drink some more water. So, what I will be drinking, I was gonna do intermittent, because of my size, but no. But I'm gonna. They don't have organic watermelon. I can't touch cash until Monday, y'all. So I think I got like, I don't know. This is what you get for when you help people out all the time, right? I like throwing it in people's faces because it shows the deplorative state that they can't get it together. The simple fact, I mean, I could be ruthless. I could be the old me. You know, if I was all about the money, I could take it out in blood. But I don't do that. You know what I mean? I purchased, so I got to pick up. I got to go to the post office. You know, stuff that y'all, well, I spent more money, trust me. You know, so my gas is going. I'm running the car now just to make sure the battery's charged so I can leave the light on. Let me turn that off. That tank will last all weekend, so way I travel and everything. But Monday morning I'll be all right. Let's go to the bank. I'm not gonna use a card. Just take it out with cash. I'm not giving nobody nothing. Nothing. I'll keep doing what I'm doing, but since y'all have known me, I give. And I give more than all y'all together. Yeah, that's pretty pathetic. Except for young Cherokee. Young Cherokee, niece, bless the brother, pretty decent. My baby girl, Snoo, I only have to comment on her. Nitzia, she came through and she's new to the tribe. And it's very helpful. I appreciate it. But there are those, man, when I said I'll carry you, I'll carry you. I don't care who you are. But I expect people to do the right thing. It's not a game. You know? It's like Ganja thought when we went there, I was really the only one with funds, but he thought that we was going to bail him out. What he owe? He's a retard. I was spending majority of my fiat on lumber, on concrete, on tools, on screws. So, and I'm not crying. When I'm saying, I'm pointing out something. Ethics, morals. This idiot, and I would help him out by giving a few dollars. He was getting ready to open his daughter's account, but his wife act like an ass, and he didn't have control, and, you know, it's the ugly things. But if I come around and says, yo, I need a little hand, I would expect people to rally together. I give y'all more than y'all ever give me. And I don't expect nothing but respect. And the respect I'm going to continue to give. Because if you came, I've had people call me. Trust me, Navi, can you send me $100? Can you send me? Quite a few people. And I give it. And then Navi had the nerve to act like a fucking idiot. For no reason. I think it was her ancient whatever creeped up on her. Or stress of the streets. No hate. These things will afflict you. They will afflict you and affect you. If you hit me and I got it, I'm giving it. A number of people have. Even when I didn't have it. I don't know how people are selfish. I don't know how you can be a collective. I don't know what's wrong with you. I really don't. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. I'm not saying in dire need of something because I can reach out and buy a number. I'm expecting y'all to carry a burden that's not a burden. I'm trying to see y'all that it's not weight, that it is nothing, that it comes around. I don't get it. I don't get this weak stature of, I don't get it. It's like Rockefeller's daughter, 18, whatever, dying, and she wanted to be married with all that money, that gold that was worthless, that she didn't even earn. And I ain't talking about that because that is outside of spiritually, the context of eternal. Y'all are still outside, supporting the outside, the figure, the world, which is a lie because you can't see the real. It's not even called the world. Anyway, I'm gonna make it short. I'm gonna read to you guys. I'm gonna shut it down. Sit back and watch me a good movie. I'm drinking this in case you never drank it. Here goes some more tea. All right. I'd rather take my blenders, I got 3 of them, and get me a watermelon and make watermelon juice with a little key lime and a little cinnamon. You can fast and you can use that. And with a bay leaf, basil, a sprig, 3 prongs of basil in watermelon. Put a little pinch of salt in there, not Himalayan, a little pinch of Celtic or black Hawaiian salt. Put it in there, about 1/10 of a teaspoon, and squeeze you 2 key limes or 1 whole lemon. Or if you want to mix it with coconut water. So I'll be consuming this tonight. I took a vitamin K, which is like a fruity little vitamin, and that helps with removing. It's just like eating a ton of cauliflower and broccoli. That is also like nattokinase to help remove plastic and PFAS and stuff. But I'll be drinking this to help so I don't cramp. I'm still 200. I weighed myself over LA Fitness, 225 pounds. I don't eat much, y'all. I mean, I lift. I've been lifting a little heavy, I know, and I shouldn't. I'm not fasting because of weight, because I can carry weight pretty good. Even with bad knees and all that, but I know what it is. My body's doing whatever it's supposed to do. And I'm all right with it. And I'm not getting fat. My love handles have gone down, not a whole lot, but quite a bit. Back's getting more teed, or well, tapered, and my shoulders are getting more pronounced, like I'm back in my 30s, and my my teardrop on my legs from doing regular squats, you know. I'm just sharing that even no matter what they say, what you can accomplish. I shared this with you. I'm going to start utilizing this. Somebody reached out and says for healthy skin, nails, and joints and gut health. He said, why don't you try the multi-collagen? And I shared it with y'all the other day, Ancient Nutrition. I was going to get the powder, but I got enough vegan powders. And I don't like using them a lot. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather eat, I like eating cruciferous, you know, vegetables and fruits. But I'm going to start utilizing this tomorrow afternoon or evening. Yes, while I'm fasting, I can put that. That's good for my gut. And I had to look up a lot of things in there. It doesn't have no bad starch and all this, that, and the other. Even though it's animal tissues and stuff, it's good for me, especially for my gut health. If you look it up, you can read it and find out for yourself. But yeah, this is what I'll be drinking. It's natural, 100% natural watermelon juice, all natural, no preservatives, not from concentrate. It's not GMO. It's yeah, if you have allergies and all that, then I could dig it. It don't have to be cold, people. Worst thing to do is drink a lot of cold stuff because it creates slag in your stomach. I don't care if you're 30, you get 40, you get to 50 and 60, all that cold, your stomach will show it. It'll be knotting up on you and a whole kind of a lot of things that you have no ideas about. So what am I sipping on? Besides the guy that does the little running thing, putting his water, I drink that still water, which is just regular mineralized water without the bubbly. I drink eternal water. Eternal, I think they're trying to do something with that because it's one of the best ones. And then, as usual, I drink my Crystal Geyser, and I put a tablespoon of Celtic salt and what is that other thing I jump? It's a collagen. It dissolves, but it looks pretty clear, but it has that more taste, that how you say, like a saline solution bag would smell. Okay, I used to put lemon. I'm not trusting a lot of the lemons now. I'm just not. I'm not saying they're bad or worry about them. You see what's going on. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into reading, all right? All right, let's roll this up. It's 76. I don't know why I broke a sweat on my forehead. That's crazy. We're going to start with Helena Blavatsky, and then we'll get into Eckhart Tolle, Power of Now. All right? Y'all think you got to wait to payday and this, that, and other? No, share a few dollars, you know, because I'm going to start purchasing books. But right now, the weekend's coming up. I've got about 40, 50, but the gas here's still expensive. Californians are all over here, and they really run around like their stuff don't stink, man. I hate calling them Californians, but I'm going to call them that because that's not the name of the island. They're a construct, and they move. Ugh. It's bad. It's not good. I don't like talking that way, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of them are just no good. And anyone who believes in blue and red states, you need to get the fuck off my land. You're the problem. Anyway, Helena Blavatsky and the Masters of Ancient Wisdom, occult visionary, and her connection to the Mahatma's Ancient Wisdom Institute. Now, you're very aware that Mahatma has nothing to do with Hindustan because you know they're northern Ethiopians. It's all redirect and change and mangling of stuff. As well, as you know, occult is not a bad word. That was Vincent Price and you know, all the people, you know, of the ancient mummies and Frankenstein, Bela Lugosi, and so on and so on, all right? They had to make it a way where you were never looking that direction so that way you wouldn't find out. Because look at the Vatican. They got a statue behind them, looks weird. Some of you are going to see things. I was fortunate to be able to see things when I was a youngling. Things overseas. Things I'll never mention. Well, how will you deal with it? You'll go bah humbug, meh, and all that other stuff. So it wasn't for you. I'm all right. Fuck out of here. Oh my goddamn soil. What the fuck? Yeah, I got it. I figured the little monkeys would be bothered and do something. I can't wait till it comes hand-on time. Anyway, let me take it right back to where I think I might have went off. That's all the monkeys know how to do. Anyway, I'm gonna read from where I was at. Anyway, as you know, each person is composed of 7 interrelated principles or sheaths, which together form the full spectrum of human consciousness and being. This model is not meant to be taken as dogma, but as a map, a symbolic way of understanding how we function on different levels: physical, energetic, emotional, mental, and spiritual. Let me get this right, because somebody comes with some stupid shit. I'm flatlining it. Excuse me. I'm not playing with these punks. Anyway, I'd rather it's red stick them on it. But anywho, I'm not into violence. Y'all know that. But I'm not with nobody's punk ass bullshit either. Excuse my language. Apologies. All right. This model is not meant to be taken as dogma, but as a map, a symbolic way of understanding how we function on different levels: physical, energetic, emotional, mental, spiritual. Be mindful of that, okay? Some of these levels are familiar to us through daily experience. Others may be sensed only in moments of deep reflection, silence, or inner stillness. Very important. Below is a guided meditation designed to help you see how they do them fake, what you call it over there? They get them in their head and get them contemplating and create all this hate. They're not righteous. They're not chosen. They're not nothing. Chosen for the fall, but a new fall, not a true fall. Okay? Below is a guided meditation designed to help you explore. I don't have no hate for them. Each of these principles, not analytically, but intuitively. Remember we talked about the Kundalini, the Shiva, the 7, right? It's very important that you have a deeper understanding. The color spectrums, what they relate to, the aether, that pale skins. If you got curly hair, stop straightening it. Sisters, if you're wearing all that wig and all that nonsense and perming, stop it. Why would you want to be something of those who never really not knocking my light-skinned brothers and sisters, but who never accomplished anything? Oh, we won a war. No, you didn't. People are still moving around. People are still alive. No, utilize as a vessel to stop people from doing other things and finding other things and use entirely in ignorance. That punk cop Kurtz over there in Little Rock, Arkansas, messing with people because he's a racist and he thinks that he can hide under the fact that maybe he got some Spanish. That don't mean nothing, because most people I know who speak Spanish, they don't even identify Spanish no more. They hate the whole thing. Wake up. All right? And they can't stand the fact that down in certain places they're playing novellas with all these light-skinned Spaniards thinking it's all right. They've had enough of it. They said enough of that. Let's get some multi people so children are seeing people and they're confused. The women are dating the melanated people and telling the truth. They know who we are. But that's how dumb these idiots are. But our people have been just as dumb at a lower existence when we're at a higher truth. Look at Snap. I'm going to point this out and I'm going to be done with it. 1 out of how many Americans are on it? 1 out of 8, right? 1 out of 5, right? 1 out of 5. 70%, 78% are light-skinned brothers and sisters. And no, you're not the majority, so stop. You're not. Okay? And I'm not saying to be hateful. I'm saying it because the lie has got to stop. Because you're congregated in a place that seems like it's better. Please, I walk around that mall and they just throwing stuff on the ground and everything. It just happen to have people come around and clean it up a little more. So we got to stop the lies, stop the regression, stop the division. Everybody needs to be working together to stop everything, the foolishness. Right now, it's going to get worse for all sides. So below is a guided meditation designed to help you, and we're going to get into that, all right? Now, explore each of these principles, again, not analytic, but intuitively. Why? Because we need to let each level speak to you in its own way. So let's go through them real quick. God dog, man. You know what? Let me just do this right here. I'll keep it on. The battery will be fine. All right. Anyway, the lights, I should be doing it in the dark so you can meditate. Begin by sitting comfortably in a quiet space. Allow your breathing to slow. Be focused on it. Let your attention gently settle inward. Literally, inward. Inward. You are not trying to control your experience, only to notice it. You want to feel yourself focusing inward on your bones from all around you. And then go into your internals. Then go into that place and realize it's an expanse. it is not stopped at the anatomy chart. When you start to move beyond the anatomy chart, you start to realize it's not even physical. It's not even liquid. It's not even air. Then you start to redesign. You start to redevelop. One, the physical body. That's the ToLU'S ROOTS-N-TINGS, right? Bring your awareness to your physical form. Feel your body supported by the chair or floor. Notice it. It'll be heavy. Notice the sensations, your heartbeat, your breath. I don't even need to look at this. The weight of your limbs, right? Isn't it funny that you're sitting down, yet you can still feel the weight? That should be explaining something to you. This is the most familiar layer, all right? The tangible vehicle, all right? Which you can feel, but you have no real awareness because you've been educated otherwise, through which you act in the world. Now, ask yourself, how do I care for my body? Do I listen to its needs? What is my relationship to the material world? It's a lie. But regardless of that, pause, breathe, okay? Let the awareness of your physical body gently fade to the background, become lighter than air. It happens, trust me. 2, vital energy, the prana. Now turn your attention to the life force within you. Notice that, say it's energy. Ether, well, you're connected. Well, not everybody is that connected, but in whatever form, we're not going to deny, right? Call it the source. Call it God in your presence during the present moment, the now, right? The subtle current that animates your physical form, right? Can you lift your arm by saying, lift my arm? Or do you think it and it moves? You will say, well, that's muscle and energy, right? Dynamic of what? What is the real thing that makes it happen? Or is it that my arm is perceived to raise up because we play baseball, this, that, and other? And so when I say it, I already created it. So visually in the physical, which we're attempting to move from, I think I raised my arm. You think it because I said it. Did I really raise it though? It's not a game. Functionality. I'm attempting to have you look at things with a different mindset to have a different skill set. Anyway, this is not something you can see directly, but you can feel it. The hum of vitality, the movement of breath, the quiet energy. You can feel yourself breathe. Explain that. Now, I've heard a couple of testimony geeks break it down for me. I've done this before. And it didn't take long to show them that they were wrong. But it wasn't about being wrong. It wasn't about them being right. You could be right and wrong. I had to have them look deeper. They were so into the tangible aspects of it, they could not contrite. They could not conceptualize the other. Right? All right, so you feel yourself breathing. It's going over my tongue. I can see it, condensation. Why is it called condensation? Why is it the condensation coming out when it's supposed to be carbon? Why is that like the exhaust pipe? Because of the water that's created, because of the heat and the water and the temp of the engine, the sweating. Are you a motor now? Well, they're trying to make you into a battery. That's some Terminator shit. But regardless of that, there's so much more. And we're complicit to the ignorant state of it. Now, let's go on. So, breathe the quiet energy that sustains your being. Ask, how does energy move through me? Do I feel depleted or alive? Where do I draw strength from? We used to think it was from the brain, right? From the heart. What we eat. We've been eating a lot of plastic and poisons and a lot of fake stuff. Where's the energy coming from? If we're going to call it energy. And you say that your soul, God, yeah, okay. Sit with the sensation even if it's subtle or loud. 3, the astral body, the lingua shari'a, right? This is the subtle double of your physical body, the energetic matrix through which sensations, emotions, and physic impressions flow. Now, I'm saying stuff very countrified here. I'm saying it more, those so-called smart motherfuckers will come with all kind of boo ba 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 ba. They got all kind of linguistic language, regardless of where it came from. I'm keeping it very simple. Okay? So again, this is the subtle double of your physical body. the energetic matrix through which sensations, emotions, and psychic impressions flow. Psychic flow. We articulate it through energy, right? Oh, I got a boner. Oh, my toe, I just got a cramp. Am I missing magnesium and vitamin B? Or is there something else going on? Or maybe I am more stronger than I know, and I've got all kinds of excuses through medicine, which is not really healing or natural from nature. I don't know. What do you think? Anyway, emotions are psychic impressions flow. It's the part of you that dreams, that intuition, that feels beyond the five senses. Now ask, am I sensitive to the unseen world? How do I respond to atmosphere, emotion, or subtle shifts of energy? Isn't it funny how they say atmosphere? How you move through it. You really think or believe, which is not the truth, that you walk on two legs. That's the only way you travel? Move. Then that means there is no emotion bound to the real subtle shifts of energy of the collective. That you are actually standalone, one, when I created and one, a purpose of only for self. Selfish. I get it. So you're on a shelf of self. You're selfish. So you're not moving in the abode of the water of life, the liquidity of it, the ether, the truth of it. You're moving in the dysfunction of the physical, which they like to destroy because they've personalized it in a relationship to your information highway. You refuse to move beyond that. I get it. No wonder. Keep your $2 and $3. It's fine. Okay. 4, desire. All right. When we talk about the desire in the mind, now we're getting to the kama manas, right? Now explore your emotional and lower mental nature, your desires, preferences, impulses, and attachments. Again, man, principles of man. That means woman and man. The other one's for both, but you'll see. But men, you really need to stabilize yourselves. You're the power. All right. Excuse me. Anyway, emotional and lower mental nature, right? Now explore your emotional and lower mental nature, your desires, preferences, impulses, and attachments. What's keeping you so closed and emotional and exploding all the time and unsure, unaware, so broken, so what? You can do this in meditation. You can free yourself, all right? This part of you reacts, wants, fears, loves. It's closely tied to identity and personality. That's why ego, the egoic person, like King Baby, is destructive. It has no guide. It's one thing. It's not even value. Okay? Ask, what do I desire most right now? What is it that you, right now? Because you know, right now, there is no yesterday, there is no tomorrow. Right now, it's always now. So what do I desire most right now? What motivates me? Where am I led by habit or emotion rather than clarity? No judgment, only awareness, people. Number 5. And when we get into the manna bread, y'all getting put all in that dill and spinach dip and dill dip and artichoke dip, that manna, that's fake. That's garbage. Higher mind, manas, right? Shift now into the realm of the higher intellect, the part of you that contemplates, questions, and aspires to understand, have a deeper understanding, a relationship with it, for self-awareness, right? Anyway, here lives your capacity for insight, ethical reasoning, and self-awareness. Look, y'all, look, I just said it, right? I wouldn't even, anyway. Ask, what truths do I seek? No, really ask yourself. Where do my thoughts become clear, elevated, or spacious? The grandeur of the so-called picture, which is not a picture, the portrait you paint. Your canvas is infinite. Why put it on a little 6 by 6, or 12 by 12, or 24 by 12, or 20, or 12 by 24, or 36 by 36? Ask, what truths do I seek? Where do my thoughts become clear, elevated, or spacious? Am I aligned with what I know to be right? Choices. Y'all will sit there and be like, you ain't manipulating me. And I say choices. You choose. I don't manipulate nothing. I point out things, and if you forget what I point out, then you went to the lesser of existence because you're disputing something to hold yourself in a state of ignorance. That's somber for you. That's not somber for me. It has nothing to do because you can't be part of my collective. I cannot read you. I know everything about you because I'm not the good guy, but I know a lot of I'm not the good guy because I know a lot of bad guys. So that should be a good reference source to have you have a deeper understanding of where I'm coming from. So I know why people make the dumb choices they do, and it doesn't free you. It's one thing, it's one symptom out of many symptoms to get you back to that one thing that was triggered that fucked you up. All right? So feel the difference between reactive thinking and reflective knowing. Y'all react based on what you think. If you was in front of me, trust me, I got people the people I'm showing myself to be, that's a whole nother me. One that you really don't want. That's not tough guy shit. He's really quiet. He don't have shit to say. He looks at everybody, and if you get too close, he'll push you on your ass. What the fuck? I mean, that's the person that I keep, you know what I mean? But don't go trampling over this one, because that one will come up, and you ain't gonna, I don't care who you are. When it breathes, it breathes. 6, spiritual soul. That's not the big good guy and the bad guy. I seek righteousness, but I know the bad. So when we talk about spiritual soul, we're getting into the Buddha, right? The Buddha of things. Now, deeper still, move into the heart of your intuition, the part of you that sees wholeness and unity. This is the level of inner wisdom, okay? Seriously, what did it say? Sees wholeness and unity, people. Wholeness and unity, man. Is this like this or am I going like that? And what does that mean? Okay, we're doing slap first now. People getting knocked out. That's violence. Coming together. Let's come together right now. And, you know, anyway. Move into the heart of your intuition, the part of you that sees wholeness and unity. This is the level of inner wisdom, compassion, and spiritual perception. It speaks not in words, but through stillness and recognition. Here we go with stillness. But do you recognize? That's so much. Ask, when have I acted from this place? When have I acted from this place? When have you performed other than what you normally do? What opens when I choose love? Now, I can hear the emotionally unstable person. Man, you don't know me. You don't see me. You don't know what I'm doing. Oh, shut up. I know you better than your goddamn self. Shut the fuck up, all right? And pay attention. I had to do that little comedy skit right there, but it's reality. Understanding or silence over 87. Overreaction. Again, understanding or silence or reaction. When you really want to get something done, do you think that you got to yell and scream? Isn't a more composed individual that doesn't have to be a narcissist, sociopath, or psychotic to go, it puts this lotion on its skin. See, that's mental shit. But when it's sitting there and being asked dumbass questions, it's all right. I dig where you're coming from. No. Yes. Okay. I'll remove myself. You didn't feed nothing. You assisted yourself. But your awareness is still keen. You don't let your awareness down because it is important for you to get to another place of existence. Divine spark. Let's look at this. Let yourself, this is not a form or a thought, but pure presence. The still center of your being. Now, you've done this numerous times. You've been meditating and you found this quiet place, this place that you thought was darkness. Now you see all these things. You don't know how to put a label or name, but you don't need to. That's quiet. That's when you realize you're starting to come into whatever you need to come into. Okay? But anyway, this is not a form or a thought, but pure presence. The still center of your being, unchanging, eternal, beyond personality and beyond belief. We already know what the term belief alludes to, right? Just like the term understanding. We don't understand under nobody, but the ideology of this, we can stand under it and appreciate it. Okay? You might not feel it in a dramatic way. That's okay. You want to hear it, but it's not here. It's throughout you and outside you. Sometimes it's just a sense of peace, clarity, or spaciousness. Sit quietly and simply allow this presence to be. Don't disrupt it. Don't take from it. Don't add to it. Allow it. It's like you put a Band-Aid on a cut. It soaks the blood up. Or you leave it off and allow the blood to flow to naturally clot, right? Allow it. Closing the practice. When you're ready, slowly return your awareness to the room. Slow. Don't breathe heavy. Keep that same calmness. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Take a deep breath. Some may go numb. It's all right. If you wish, journal your impressions. You may have your thoughts, right? Okay? You may have felt a strong connection to certain levels, while others remain quiet or unclear. That's natural. This isn't about mastery. It's about relationship. As you revisit this practice over time, excuse me, new insights may emerge. You don't seek, you look and you allow. You give yourself permission for the greater of your understanding, a deeper relationship that is based on pluralism and mono reflection. Reflection prompt: how do you relate to your divine spark? Blavatsky taught that Atman, the divine essence within, is not something we must earn or acquire. It is already present. It is what we are. Relationship we're trying to have, attempting, right? Is what we are at the deepest level. But in the noise and movement of everyday life, we often forget. Have there been moments when you felt close to that inner presence? How might your life shift if you remembered that sacred center more often? Not as an abstract idea, but as a living reality. So go back, listen to this, take notes, make sure you do it over and over. So let's get over here and get into Eckhart Tolle. I don't want to mess this book up. I love this book. Oh, Miss Blavatsky, you're phenomenal. I got her other book. It might have came in. Okay. The Power of Now. Why women are closer to enlightenment. Okay. Are the obstacles of enlightenment the same for a man as for a woman? Of course. Stop the division tactic. Just pay attention, my sisters and my brothers. Yes, but the emphases are different. Generally speaking, don't go to that, oh, she can carry the baby. That is just a part. That's point. That's with purpose. Yes, but the emphasis is different. Generally speaking, it is easier for a woman to feel and be in her body. So she is naturally closer to being and potentially closer to enlightenment than a man. That's why women need to be around more women. I ain't talking about lesbianism and all this fuck shit these Bolsheviks and these broken people do. I'm talking about the sisterhood, a real sisterhood, witches. I'm talking about on a level you can never understand. And men, you protect that. You don't sit there wondering, is Lucretia and Lawanda doing scissors? No, that is eradicated. You're not in that state. Especially if you know who you are. Okay? So she is naturally closer to being and potentially closer to enlightenment than a man. This is why many ancient cultures instinctively chose female figures or analogies to represent or describe the formless and transcendental reality. It was often seen as a womb that gives birth to everything in creation and sustains and nourishes it during its life as form. In the Tao Te Ching, right? One of the most ancient and profound books ever written. Awesome, I have it. The Tao, I'm saying all crazy, which could be translated as being, right, is described as infinite, eternally present, the mother of the universe. Naturally, women are closer to it than men, since they virtually embody the unmanifested. We create, right? What is more, all creatures and all things must eventually return to the source. All things vanish into the Tao, the being of existence, right? It alone endures, and since the source is seen as female, and they tell you that animals don't have a soul, lie, right? Source is seen as a female. This is represented as the light and dark sides of the archetypal feminine in psychology and mythology. The goddess or divine mother has two aspects. She gives life and she takes life. Never complete and make a composite of death and life as an existence. There is no death. Chaos and destruction, warlike shit, that has nothing to do with the true war, which is personal relationship. The real meaning of war is growth, not conflict. It is maturity, it is family, serenelli, dagonatini, familia, right? Real war is maintaining the ethics and morals that sustain us. It is the collective. That is war, who we are. They are warlike. When the mind took over and humans lost touch with the reality of the divine essence, they started to think of God as a male figure. Society became male-dominated, and the female was made subordinate to the male. He's not saying who did it. The fake-ass Khazarians and the fake Hindus, they are the ones who betrayed the walk of life. And some niggas, somewhere. They all are niggas to me. But this is what you have a hard time rationalizing, but you don't need to be focused there. I'll say that. Stay in the domain of light, not the Anasazi, our enemy. I am not suggesting a return to earlier female representations of the divine. Some people now use the term goddess instead of God. You're just God, like we all God. They are readdressing a balance between male and female that was lost a long time ago, and that is good. But it is still a representation of a concept, perhaps temporarily useful, just as a map or a signpost is temporarily useful, but more a hindrance than a help when you're ready to realize the reality behind the concepts and images, like all those dumb Pan-African niggas. Goddesses, my God, you're God, my sisters. Men, you're gods. That's it. If you want to use that term. What does remain true, however, is that the energy frequency of the mind appears to be essentially male. The mind resists, fights for control, uses, manipulates, attacks, tries to grasp and possess, and so on. This is why the traditional God is a patriarchal, controlling authority figure, an often angry man who you should live in fear of, as the Old Testament suggests. That was made up. They contrite, they changed it. But the man is power. It keeps the control, but the sisters, you are strength. And together, you won't be all over the place and all emotional and broken. You can make decisions that are with royal stature. And the men will never let it fall again. Or fell. This God is a projection of the human mind. To go beyond the mind and reconnect with the deeper reality of being, very different qualities are needed. Surrender, not judgment, and openness that allows life to be instead of resisting. It lets it be, all right? Instead of resisting it. The capacity to hold all things in the loving embrace of your knowing. All these qualities are much more closely related to the female principle, whereas mind energy is hard and rigid. Mind energy, it is hard and rigid. Being energy is soft and yielding, and yet infinitely more powerful than mind. Bruce Lee, be like water, come crashing down or flowing like, The mind runs over civilization, whereas being is in charge of all life on our Earth, our extra planet, and beyond. That's infinite, right? Being is the very intelligence whose visible manifestation, is the physical universe. Although women are potentially closer to it, men can also access it within themselves. At this time, the vast majority of men, as well as women, are still in the grip of the mind, identified with the thinker and the pain body. This, of course, is what prevents enlightenment and the flowering of love. As a general rule, the major obstacle for men tends to be the thinking mind, and the major obstacle for women, the pain body. Okay? Although in certain individual cases, the opposite may be true, and in others, two factors may be equal. I've watched hundreds of women bring children into this world and not bat a tear, not cuss nobody out, but have the man right there and the sisters around her squeeze hands and so joyous in what they were doing. And when that's what about the pain, into a bucket of water out in the field. That's what our people have been doing. Stronger. Breastfeeding and enjoying it instead of postpartum, all that bullshit because of medications and morphine and everything else. Damn doctors have been fucking our people up. I stand by that. I hope that was good. I hope y'all didn't mind wanting to share a couple of dollars to a brother. It's only Thursday. I got Friday, Saturday. I'm running back and forth, and on Monday I go to work, but I can touch the bank, and I got to go there and withdraw the cash. So instead of using this damn card, because I bought a lot of shit, and I helped a lot of people out, like fucking. But anyway, hey, 7 grams. What's up, DeAndre? I hope that y'all enjoyed that read. They can't help themselves in the end, and yeah, it's all right. We don't want to be negative. Tom, that's all right. You got held up. You break free. Okay? Millennial, I got you, man. I got baby girl slaughter. I want to see. I can walk several miles without stopping, breathing. Awesome, mama. I ain't gonna lie. Smoking weed helped me run far, y'all. I ain't gonna. And you see what they're trying to do with this what you call, right? They know that they made some fucked up shit because weed should not be at no goddamn 35 and 40% THC. That's some GMO bullshit. This shit should be no more than about 12%, if that. And they've been manipulating everything. You know what I'm saying? Who else is up in here? Oh no, you already got it. You already got sevens. You already got it, beloved. I was chilling with sevens this morning too, y'all. All right. So I figured more people came in, but it's all right. I appreciate everybody. You know, always do. Always do. You know what I'm saying? God damn it. I'm not subscribing to him. I'm watching my own stuff. I'm going to subscribe to somebody else when I'm watching me. You bubblehead monkey. No, I'm just playing. Anyway, I appreciate y'all. Okay? And I'm going to shut it down. We been on for, I don't even know how long we've been on for. I don't, 53 minutes. Under an hour. I appreciate y'all. You know the Cashapp. You can throw it in there. You know, I'm just going to put it in the gas tank. Yeah, I'm good. I'm fasting. I'll be drinking my watermelon water. I got a bunch of them before I go to sleep and when I get up at a.m. I'll be taking the collagen. I'll be utilizing that in my K2. That's about it. I got to run out a half hour away to my post office, and I know it's going to burn a lot of gas. And probably that's what I really need it for. But anyway, I appreciate y'all. I hope the information sharing was good. I hope. And I ain't talking. Anyway, I hope it was good for you. I hope that you benefit from it. I hope it's helpful. You can always come back and, you know, rewind, pause, write. All right? Sisters, brothers, y'all have a grand evening.